You're watching The Sports Spin, presented by Uintah Basin Healthcare. Health and healing, every person, every time.
Welcome to The Sports Spin, your weekly dose of sports action presented by Uintah Basin Healthcare. The pretty skinny little guy over there is John Nurden. I'm Mark Mason. We watch the games, we call the games, and now in front of a live studio audience, we spin the games.
Today on The Sports Spin, we put you in a softball coach through the spin cycle, have a look back at every L&L Monster Replay champion this season, and say goodbye to a VTV legend. But don't cry, Mark. Let's rewind the week.
Start. All right, where are we going to go? This is playoff time.
It is playoff time.
So where do you want to start?
Well, let's start with soccer. You know,
why would we do that?
Because there's, I don't know, you guys tell me back there.
Anyone soccer first? Is that what we want to do? We got a couple of soccer players in the audience.
So
wow, a lot of silence
both Mason and I have kids on the soccer team, and we quite like that. We played Spanish Fork.
Yep.
And on grass, often when we travel and play on grass, it's hard to score goals. Mm-hmm. The kids scored 7 goals.
Well, you couldn't get a shutout? You couldn't force the early end of the game?
You know me, I don't take the subs out very easily, but I thought about tomorrow's game as a playoff game, and so I took all the starters out with 10 minutes left and said, let's save their bodies and make sure we're healthy.
Did it work?
Yeah, we still won 7-0.
Okay, they're 16, 17, 8-year-old kids. You don't need to save them for anything.
No.
7-0, so second place overall in region, and that gives you a draw against Ogden. I hear they're a bunch of thugs.
A bunch of thugs coming to try to beat up on us on our home field.
Yeah, win that one, and maybe
these kids don't lose at home.
Catch lightning in a bottle. Maybe a 4th seed beats the number 1 seed, and maybe you have a second home game.
Yeah, that's not happening. We're gonna go play at Alta after that.
Right,
but let's get the first one first, not look too far ahead.
All right, get the first one against Ogden. Moving on.
First one first.
You in a softball, and this just hot off the press.
They played at 4 o'clock today.
Yeah.
Coach Stensgaard sent you the info, and sure enough.
Man, they outscored you guys by
they did.
A bunch of points, 5 points, 12-0. You in a softball doing work out there. Good job, all the Stensgaard family, everyone else that's out there playing, and they're moving on.
So they get another game, and they just move through the brackets, and theirs is a double elimination. So they'll go winner bracket, and if they happen to lose, they go down.
They're just going to go winner bracket.
It's tough to go loser bracket and come back.
Yeah, you got it.
What did they take, 3rd last year?
Yeah, I think
they were 3rd in state last year. A really strong team.
Yeah.
Good luck softball.
Okay, we're going to move on. Stay here with Uintah.
Stay with Uintah girls golf.
Yeah.
So they took first place in region. How can you not talk about that?
That's amazing.
186 strokes. Well, points. They go a point system. 186 points against the next closest competitor.
I don't know what that really translates
That's
to.
huge.
But it seems like a lot of points.
It's humongous.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like
50,
close.
50 is a lot.
Really?
They destroyed their
186 points? That's a lot better than a 7-0, man.
And then they ended up, they ended up 7th overall today, just in, hot off the press.
Yeah.
So, not bad.
7th overall.
7th overall.
For the Utes. Good job. Okay, Union softball. We'll go to the Cougar land.
Union softball. They finished strong. They ended up with the playoff game and lost that game.
Okay, so they got in the playoffs, lost the playoff game. Good, strong season for them. Good job, girls over there, the Cougars, and everyone that's out there. I mean, even if you're not making the playoffs, sometimes it's just about getting out and playing.
No, and it's a tough time of year. I read an article about how hard it is to focus late in the year.
Yeah.
And it used the word focus. And, you know, at soccer, the boys always have the shirts that have the words. Mm-hmm. This year, our word was focus.
Did it work?
Well, I don't know. We'll see tomorrow.
Wish you could have got that 8th point. Okay, moving on. And
it's only our 9th shutout. I mean, that was 9 shutouts out of 17 games.
All I hear you doing is talking. You're doing this, you need to do this. All right.
A lot of it.
Now it's time for one of the biggest L&L Monster Replays in the history of the Sports Spin.
So, Mark, we've had a lot of L&L Monster Replays this year. 33 episodes. We had a few multiple-time winners.
Yeah.
And we had a few multiple-time athletes actually get their highlight in. And
But
oftentimes,
first, before we go too
hold
much
on,
farther,
but let me finish. Just pay attention.
Okay.
So, this particular.
Are you done yet?
No.
Okay.
This particular athlete got 3 or 4 mentions, and a lot of soccer, because I bring a lot of video from the games. Caden, come on up here, please.
Oh, let's get a nerd on the show.
So surf's up. Here we go. Right up here, right here.
Right there in the middle.
There you go.
Look at that.
So we're going to show a little play about you, and this is you just kind of surfing through players at Salem Hills. How'd that feel?
You want to strike a surf pose while you're doing this?
Just give us a little surf.
You want to call it? Here, you just call your own
Go ahead.
play. Tell us what's going on. Step over the side and tell us what happened.
Tell us what happened here.
Surf's up 1 with 50% of the vote. Here goes the play, and that looks like
B1,
right
B2.
there.
Surf right in between them.
3, 4,
Another one. That's slot the keeper.
6. That's all you can manage. I mean, you guys scored 7 points the other game. So.
Anyway, that's a nice job. Good win.
Man of many words, Caden Nerdin, thanks for coming out with us. He wins with 50% of the vote. But everybody, we're going to go season champs. And what I was going to tell you, the real champ, L&L Motor. Thanks for being there with us all year long. At every game we call, every Sports Bin show.
This wouldn't happen without L&L.
We love L&L Motor. And just, the greatest way to say thanks is go visit their store, take a look at their vehicles, and they'll take care of you like they've taken care of us. So thank you, L&L Motor. Let's move on and let's go season champions here on the Monster Replay. And there's a lot of them, so we're going to go right off the bat. We're going to go Duchesne, and when you're the state champs, you're probably going to have a few plays, right?
Yeah, tip
here we
drill.
go, tip drill.
Go here.
And that's a play where the ball gets tipped up in the air. And when we were there, it looked like he tipped it on purpose. Next, we're going repeat offender. And this was just Uintah, and they just kept running the same play.
Same slant.
And they just couldn't stop it. Now we're moving on. This one is bombs away. Gage Roberts on a big, long bomb, and he has a little bit of help. Watch this hit on the side. Bam! Get out! Score! Gage Roberts doing work. And who's next?
We got
Leyba.
Hey, look, Ma. One hand.
He goes up and catches that. Leyba's always the smallest guy on the field, but do you ever see him back down from one person?
No, and that's why he was called out as the athlete of the year for Uintah High School this week.
Block party. Gatelyn Thompson going back, blocking, picking up the rock, and going back to the house, scoring as a defender. What do we got here?
Ankle breaker.
Oh, Steven Skew's coming in as a substitute, and he's primarily a running quarterback.
Another one.
And watch this. He's not smart enough to go out of bounds. He goes out and hits somebody.
Just go hit.
The catch in the back of the end zone, going up high and getting that. And that was Mortensen catching that one. Who's next? Ammon Grail. On the defensive side, you're in the championship game, right?
Little pick six.
Pick six, and he goes running sideline. Has a little help from his friends, and there he goes all by himself. And that's how you win.
That's one of my favorite things in football.
This one's my favorite right here. Opening game for the Utes. Trevin McCackney. He's going down. The clock's winding down, and he's got the kick to win it.
And he wins it.
Oh my! I was hoarse for a week after that game. That was
and everyone's ears were hurting that was watching the game.
Right. I was on the other side of the field and I was hurting people's ears.
Little screech.
Hey, let's go on to basketball, shall we? Or what do we have there? Basketball, John Parker for the Utes.
Warm up the bus, because y'all are done.
Yeah, once you start dunking on folks, it's time to go home, And then we're going to go not in my house. And this is going against John Parker. Caleb Bolton goes up and blocks. And we're going to go wrestling. We had the showdown between Tomlinson and Skews. This is Duchesne.
This is an epic battle in the basin.
Yeah, and I know Uintah won that battle, but it was a battle.
That's why it was a battle.
Right.
Look at them go.
Yeah, I wouldn't get out of bed for a week if somebody did that to me. Okay, Jaramillo for Union. He just had one of those games. Did he miss?
No, and he scored, he scored like 100 points that game?
I think it seemed like it was 38 points or something.
I think it was 100.
120. Yeah, did he hold up a sign afterwards? Hook him. Zach Hansen going up for the block, and that was Duchesne against Altamont, right?
Yes, it was. And here you go with Duchesne again, the sweep.
Now, and they swept for like 7 weeks.
Yeah,
what do they have? What is this?
dominated.
Their 283rd straight championship?
Something like that. They won 14 straight championships in drill.
And then we go back to Uintah High School. Corbin Gardner, he
Goes
does a
up
little
lefty.
inside out with his left hand, and then he goes right to the rack amongst the trees and lays it up and in.
And look at him. The whole team is right there. What are you doing?
Everybody. Repeat. We had our 2 repeat champions for Mr. and Mrs. Uintah. And look at that.
That's pretty
Man,
good. 2-time
I
champs.
could look at that picture for a long time.
Could you?
That was embarrassing.
All right, a little bit.
Yeah.
It should be. I heard someone in the audience say that earlier, so.
Yeah, that was
maybe
my
that's
wife.
where that came from.
Okay, so serve it up, Union. This is Max Ames, and he goes lefty. And look at that. He bent that
Just
inside
upper V.
post, right?
I mean, it's right there.
Yeah, you can't block
Here you go.
that
You
one.
see Caden Nurden there again hit Flacco, and just a.
Well, Flacco
just a
sucks
pretty
him
play.
down. Watch what he does to the keeper. He sucks him inside post, brings him down, and then he goes opposite post and side nets that sucker.
One thing nice
Beautiful.
about.
Ooh, who's that?
There you go. Come on
Using
up
his
here
head.
then, mister.
Let's
Poke
hear
your
it
head in.
for him. Come on. Hey, Colby Mason going up above everybody. Well, when you're 6'4", that's easy because all those
Is that his first
soccer.
header? Hey, Colby, was that your first header ever?
Yeah, that was
That's pretty nice.
First
header.
ever. Okay, we're going to go to Hicken now. Oh, no, this
This is
Hicken.
unicycle with Yori Rivera.
Oh, yeah. We call it unicycle.
He kicks that off because it's a half a
He
bicycle.
didn't quite go upside down. He just went sideways and kicked it in the net. That was still pretty.
It was.
I mean, I like that.
Unicycles are fun too.
Right. Who
For
we
the
got
drill
here?
team.
Oh, look at that one. That's just Ames chipping it.
Side
Watch
net
what he
for
does.
Kevin Hicken.
Right, he just chips it over the keeper's hand. The keeper was frozen, like he's growing roots over there. That's always nice. What do we got now? Twinkle toes?
Yeah, Twinkle Toes.
Who's got the old
This is
twinkle toes?
ridiculous. Flacco Rivera. He just twinkle toes around and then slots the keeper.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most amazing goals I've seen all year long. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Twinkle, twinkle, little goalie. Eat some turf, and then we'll steal you. No, that
Again,
didn't rhyme.
a big thank you to L&L Monster Replays. L&L.
Yeah, let's hear it from in the studio audience. And let's hear some boos for my bad rhyming.
Boom, Mason.
All right, kick him out, kick him out. All right, so go and like VTV6 on Facebook and follow the Sports Spin on Twitter. And that's where you get to vote for your favorite L&L Monster Replays. I don't know if there's going to be a vote this week.
You know, we talked about
But-
maybe having to vote for the whole off season, so we
Well,
can
just
pick
do
a
this.
play.
Go and give some love to VTV6 and for helping us, John and I, bring you this show. Do that on Facebook and on Instagram and Twitter. We're going to be right back.
It's not about the miles you take when you're driving, but the milestones you see when you get to where you're going. When you graduate high school, buy your first car, get married, start a family, find your first home, and grow old together. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know, people who care.
We're back on the Sports Spin, presented by Uintah Basin Healthcare. Now it's time for the spin cycle.
So our guest today is Maddie Schultz, the new and improved softball coach at Uintah High School. So is this your first year coaching?
Yeah,
Did you coach before this at all?
Not a whole lot. I coached their summer ball team last summer, but that was pretty much my first head coach experience.
So how have you liked it? You know, you've gotten through the season. At first, how do you like it?
I've enjoyed it a lot. The girls are fun. It helps that we're winning. That makes it fun. So.
Bigger time commitment than you thought?
Yes, it was. I didn't quite know what I was signing up for when I applied, but it's been fun and it's been worth it. So.
And when are the state games? When do they start?
They start next week, the 2 play-in games, so we'll have 1 home game, and then depending on how the other teams do, we'll either play here or
Somewhere else.
What
somewhere
day of the
else.
week is that?
So the first one's Tuesday, and then the next one is Thursday.
Okay, Tuesday, Thursday. Soccer's Wednesday, Friday, so. And we'll likely have one then too, so maybe we can go support each other.
We had your
Yeah.
picture on not very long ago.
Summer.
Yeah. Summer was on, yeah. She's an athlete.
Yeah, she's a stud.
Does a lot of
for
different
sure.
things. But you guys have done good, and there's a lot of pride with the softball team, it seems like.
Yeah, they're
they're
really
close,
good.
and
Yeah, they're
there's
good
a lot of pride
friends.
with them.
They all get along well. They play well together. So it's been a fun year.
It's been a good program. You know, Coach Smuin had done a really good job getting that into place. It's nice to take over a program. Do you know what your record is right now? I mean, a lot more wins than losses. I know that.
I think it's somewhere around like 17 or 18-5.
That's
pretty
You
good.
told me
Yeah.
before
That's pretty
the
good.
show not to ask you
Pretty
about
good.
your losses,
Yeah.
but Spanish 4, whew,
They're good.
they are tough, aren't they? You know, you beat up on teams, and then you go to Spanish Fork, and they kind of beat up on you.
Yeah.
What's the difference? Is it pitching in softball? Is that the big thing?
That's the main thing in high school ball is if you can have a dominant pitcher, you're going to be a dominant team.
And so Summer dominates everyone but those guys.
Summer dominates in our region except for Spanish Fork.
And they must
Spanish
just have
Fork is full of studs.
They're kind of freakishly good.
They
In baseball
kind
as
of-
well.
It's like they breed them for softball and baseball out there. They're good every year in softball and baseball.
And so that's always nice when we do well in region and we don't have to play them, and so we kind of come up the brackets together, and maybe so you have a chance to play them at some point.
Yeah, we've drawn out the brackets, so as long as we win the way that we should be, we'll play them to get into the championship game.
Oh, what a fun! Well, that's so fun to look at the brackets and go, okay, one game at a time, ladies, one game at a time.
Yeah, one game at a time, but we've been figuring it out for a while now.
That's anybody else that we should be thinking about watching?
Like
You know,
another
who hits?
team
Who's your
line.
big hitters? I was
Yeah,
going
who
to say
hits?
Summer. is
They're
probably
all
a
good
hitter.
hitters. My 4 seniors are studs: Whitney Alexander, Summer Stensgaard, Brinley Barker, JC Murray. They've all been phenomenal this year. Great leaders, great on the field.
But only 4.
Oh yeah, only 4.
So we're gonna be
Yeah.
any pitching coming up.
Yes, we have a
Maddie Luck.
huge pitching staff.
Chief pitcher.
Yes, Maddie Luck pitches. We've got Megan Colton, Allison Burchell, Maddie Luck, Kennedy Callahan, Mallory Luck, and
You got some pitchers coming up.
Destiny Davis.
So-
yeah, we've got a
so-
whole pile of pitchers. So
I'm assuming you're gonna stick with it then.
I plan on it.
Okay.
So as long as the high school keep me around, I'll stick around.
Oh, you've
for a
done good
while.
so far. I'm sure they're gonna keep you around.
Thanks.
Well, we sure appreciate you coming in, and good luck with state this year.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
I'm Amanda Hartman. I'm the new Director of Nursing here at the Villa. Here at the Villa, it's far more than a nurse-patient relationship. You truly are like a family. We have a community here, we have neighborhoods within our community, and we create lasting relationships that mirror that of our own families.
We're kind of just one big family because we're their sole providers, and we spend a lot of time with each and every resident. Even our rehab patients are here for months at a time, so we really create a family-like environment with them also.
Well, John and I have brought the whole VTV6 family here onto the set, and what we wanted to do was just bring them in here to say thanks for supporting us all season, and also thanks to you, the audience, for watching every week. This has been the Sports Spin, and this is it for us, John. Well, you better take it from here.
So before you cry there, Mark, this is it. This is Mark's last show. We've been real thankful to have him here. It won't be the same without you, Mark. We'll miss you. Everybody here at VTV will miss you, and the audience will definitely miss your excitement and happiness and a little bit of those tears now. We all love you.
All right, well.
Send off, everybody.
Okay, goodbye,
Thanks,
everybody.
Mark.